Larry Fitzgerald's in the Hall of Fame, y'all.
Thank God, man. Deserves it.
Thank God. It was so well deserved. Your thoughts, JJ, about Larry Fitzgerald, one as a true Pitt guy. And I remember watching the bombs from Rod Rutherford, and the guy does it right. As a former receiver, catching everything in his hands. Very, very seldom did you see him do body catches. I think the stat is he has more tackles than drop passes.
Yep.
In his NFL career.
Yep.
That says something.
Wow.
Talk about Larry Fitzgerald quickly about, his time from at Pitt and then obviously what you saw him in the NFL.
So, I mean, obviously, I was very young when he was at Pitt, but I still got to go to some of those games and really watched him play. Obviously, I will say on here and probably on every podcast, on my own podcast, I cannot stand Ron Cook for never voting for him for the Heisman. He should be a Heisman winner. It's undoubtedly should have been a Heisman winner for how he is on the football field, but more importantly, who he is off the football field.
Correct.
He was a special talent. I mean, the Texas A&M catch over the shoulder. I mean, Larry Legend did things that were just unhuman. I mean, it was like Superman, Iron Man, and Batman all put together. The stuff that he did and just who he was and his character, not just him, but his entire family. It was truly a blessing to have him and to have him as part of the collective, and now 11 Hall of Famers in the National Football League that came from Pitt. That's third all time, tied now with Michigan. We used to be tied with Ohio State. We have 11. Aaron Donald will be 12. I think that eventually, LaShawn McCoy could be 13. You got some guys that are up there that still are ready to go in the National Football League Hall of Fame. But man, Larry Fitzgerald goes to the National Football League, plays for one team, didn't get to win a Heisman, should have won a Heisman, didn't get to win a Super Bowl, but the man did it with such class. I don't know if I can put into words. I think God hasn't created the words to talk about how good of a human being he is, the way that he played the football game, the way that he treated his career, the way that he helped out people in the community. He is the epitome of forget just being a Pitt man. Who you would want to date your daughter, to be a part of your family. I mean, the guy is just, the character is second to none. And I just cannot, I truly miss watching a lot of guys like him play. He really is one of one. There will never be another Larry Fitzgerald. I know he's got Larry Fitzgerald Jr., his son, but there will never be another Larry Fitzgerald. There will never be another player who makes the plays that he did, the catches that he made, the utter consistency, the utter professionalism. It truly is a blessing to say you were alive to watch that guy play football. It's a generational talent. I know there's people that will say growing up, you'll have obviously the great players of Jack Lambert or Lynn Swann or L.C. Greenwood or, Mean Joe Green. And, there's just so many players you can go through, but he is one of those guys you can say, man, I got to watch this individual play football. And I'll leave it at that. Just an incredible human being and a proud Pitt man.
Absolutely. Juan, what were your thoughts on Larry Fitzgerald, watching him play in college and in the NFL?
Oh man, he was one of my favorite dudes. Just because of his character more than anything. The things that he did on the field were great, but like you can just tell he was just a good human being. You know what I mean? And I would have loved to see him win the Super Bowl, not at our expense. I thought he almost did it. Actually, he almost got us.
Not so fast, my friend.
He almost got us. But if we just remember that run that they had during the playoffs and what he was doing to every team leading up to that, he was unbelievable, destroying everybody that they played. Like, so it was, even in the Super Bowl game, like we had him in check like pretty much the first half, and then we didn't.
Yeah. Then he came out. Then he came out angry.
That first touchdown he had, Ike Taylor couldn't have played him any better.
Yeah,
he was just there. I will tell you this: this is the kind of respect that I have and have for Larry Fitzgerald. I was living in Florida at the time, and I was actually in the Tampa area at a Steeler party that I knew from a friend of a friend, right? Because we were over there for the Super Bowl festivities. I wanted to go to the game, but I also wanted to have a house. We were there, and I was there with my wife and my two young daughters at the time. And when Larry Fitzgerald caught that ball and ran, he split the cover 2 and ran down. I literally looked at the guy I was hanging out with for a while. I'm sitting there going, you know what? I'm actually okay with this because it was Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this. Now, I'm sure as hell happy as hell that what happened afterwards was the best.
Yeah.
I was more okay with the Steelers winning that Super Bowl, but I literally had a moment of peace. Like, I'm okay because that was for Larry Fitzgerald did that to us. I'm okay with that because I had
Him
that
and
much
Kurt
respect
Warner.
for who he was as a human.
Yeah.
And that to me, that's what Larry Fitzgerald is. And, he will be celebrated. I can't wait to hear his speech. I think it'll be probably the best speech there. Drew Brees will probably be the most boring speech.
Oh yeah, he'll
too many details. No, listen, I like watching Drew Brees too, but no, I'm just super happy that Larry Fitzgerald is not only a Hall of Famer but a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Well deserved.